I am Jeff Phillips, principal of Owosso High School. It is my honor to welcome each of you to historic Woolman Field for the commencement ceremony for the 150th graduating class of Owosso High School, the class of 2020. At this time, I ask that you please stand wherever you may be. The Owosso High School Band, under the direction of band director Jillian Kwalczyk, will play our national anthem, followed by the singing of the alma mater, the Blue and the Gold, by members of the Owosso High School Choir Program under the direction of Choir Director Jessica Newcoop.
In the Shiawassee Valley, in the Middle West, stands a school of many virtues, ranked among the best. In athletics as in studies, victorious gates unfold. May each loyal son be
At this time, I'd like to introduce members of our administration here this evening. We have Superintendent Dr. Andrea Tuttle, Curriculum Director Steve Brooks, Board Members President Tim Jentz, Treasurer Marlene Webster, and joining me on stage this evening, Vice President Rick Mowen, Secretary Shelley Akanicki, Trustee Sarah Keys, Trustee Ty Kraus, and Trustee Olga Quick. Thank you for your dedication and strong commitment to Owosso Public Schools. Also present this evening are Assistant Principal Karen Van Epps, Assistant Principal Athletic Director Dr. Dallas Littner, Executive Secretary Linda Dignan, and our student speakers, Avery Poplinski and Mason Collard. And a special thanks to Dr. Tuttle, Linda Dignan, Karen Van Epps, Dallas Littner, Jessica Thompson, Joe Watson, Gunnar Stinson, Joella Smith, and Dawn Horak for all of your effort in organizing and producing this unique event. In addition, I would like to thank the various administrators from the district, members of our Student Services Department, our support staff at Owosso High School, our District Technology Department, and our maintenance and custodial teams, not only for your assistance this evening, but for what you do all year. I couldn't ask for a better group of professionals to work with on a daily basis. You're all greatly appreciated. And finally, to the faculty of Owosso High School, thank you for all you do for your students. The unexpected end of the school year was certainly challenging for everyone. However, you absolutely rose to that challenge. You provided numerous unique and enriching virtual lessons, made countless phone calls checking on the welfare of your students, provided special gifts and recognition, and so much more. For that, you should all be commended. However, What occurred to me as I was preparing for this evening is that I could say that same thing each and every year. That's what teachers do. Thank you, Owosso High School faculty. Parents, congratulations. I know this is a special evening for you and your families, and you certainly should be proud. Like I've said on numerous occasions, and I truly meant it, you have raised outstanding young adults. And to the class of 2020, seniors, it goes without saying, we all realize that the end of your senior year has not been what we had all planned. Believe me, we all feel that the pandemic and social unrest have created trying times for all of us. However, I hope you take this opportunity as a growth experience and realize, even now more than ever, the importance that relationships play in all of our lives. I challenge you, in fact, I challenge all of us to reach out in the next few weeks to somebody who you have not been in contact with for a long time, maybe even years, and touch base with that person. Have a conversation. I hope in turn they do the same thing with someone else. Wouldn't that be great? It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve as your building principal this year. Wherever you end up, I wish you the world. Congratulations. At this time, I'd like to introduce our choir, highlighted by the senior choir members. They'll be singing "Crossing the Bar" by Gwyneth Walke.
Evening
Each year, we have members of the graduating class address their classmates. It is my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2020, Avery Poplinski. Avery will be attending the University of Michigan next fall.
If someone would have told me back in September that my last few months as a high school senior were going to be cut short, that I'd be attending class through online video calls, and that my AP exams would be taken in my bedroom with my cat trying his absolute best to sabotage those exams, I would have simply told that person they were being absurd. There's no way I would have believed in a few short months our entire world would be completely upended by a once-in-a-lifetime cataclysmic event. Now trust me, I know the last thing we all want to hear about is the COVID-19 pandemic. With the media's constant coverage of the negative, it seems as though there is little to look forward to. These are dark, unprecedented times, but despite this, there is light at the end of the tunnel. As many have said before me in various ways, when there is darkness, there is also light. Many of our lives have been completely changed forever. The world as we know it will transform into something entirely new. Let us take this not as an opportunity to return to the world we once knew, but to grab every opportunity available to create a world with more hope, more acceptance, more unity, and most importantly, more love. It is up to us as an emerging generation to break the mold set by those before us and craft something even more magnificent. Take action, demand better of our leaders and of our peers. Although we often look back as a society and find pride in our accomplishments, there's still immeasurable room for growth in human rights and equality. We have finished our high school journey, but I urge you to continue learning and growing as a human being. Whether you travel the world, decide to surround yourself with those different from you, or simply read about alternate viewpoints, there are many avenues to further educate ourselves on different perspectives and beliefs. Growth does not truly start until we leave our comfort zones and allow our conventional ways of thinking to be challenged. The class of 2020, I have a challenge for us. I challenge us all to do our best to become more well-rounded individuals and allies. We must push for equality for all and stand by those marginalized. I encourage you not to merely sit back and remain silent, but to make your voice heard and fight for those who have been silenced at the hands of oppression. As many have said before me in their own speeches regarding the class of 2020, we truly have the capability to be part of the change in this country, in our state, and even in our hometown. It all starts with one person deciding to stand up, and eventually a ripple will become a wave, and a wave a tsunami. There are very few groups that I can say with certainty will change the world, but I know for a fact that this class is special. Born in the aftermath of 9/11, entering society as adults during a pandemic and a historic push for racial equality and acceptance of gender identity, we know a thing or two about the fight for justice and change. We have certainly experienced our fair share of social discord, and we have emerged stronger from it. It is with great confidence that I can proudly say we will be part of the change I speak of today. So many of us have already taken the steps to become an ally and show our solidarity for various causes. So I ask you, keep pushing, keep posting, and keep the conversation going, for we can and will be the change this world so needs. There are just a few things for you to take away from this today. Let it be this. First, continue to learn about other cultures, about those different from you, and about various points of views and beliefs. The world desperately needs more people who are willing to have their thoughts challenged and allow themselves to be put in unfamiliar and sometimes uncomfortable situations. Push yourself. Growth as human beings and collectively as a society will not be easy, but I have unconditional faith that this class will be leaders on that forefront. Second, we are entering the world into a time like no other. Change is genuinely upon us, and we have not only the understanding, but the strength and determination to fuel that change and create a more inclusive and loving world for all. It is up to you. Will you stand by, or will you actively play a role in the present social transformation? Today, I ask that we all take that step out of our comfort zones, challenge ourselves, and do what is right. Use your voice. Lastly, I know it has not been an easy year. We have been robbed of so many lasts, yet here we stand, accomplished and stronger than ever. Despite all the odds seemingly stacked against us, we persevered. Let this serve as inspiration, knowing that even when you are faced with seemingly impossible obstacles, there's always a way to overcome them. The world we are entering will not be easy, not even by a long shot. For better or worse, it will be chaotic, messy, uncertain, and stressful. But if anyone can persist and thrive, it is us, the seniors of Owosso High School, class of 2020. Just remember, if you can get through the outright disaster that 2020 has been, you can get through anything. Keep fighting and do not ever give up. You may not realize it now, but all of these hardships have made each and every one of us more resilient individuals. So, here's to the class of 2020, to all the friends, family, teachers, and coaches that helped us along the way in our high school journey, who made those early mornings and late nights bearable, who helped us succeed even when it seemed the world was on our shoulders. Thank you for your endless support. We couldn't have done it without you. To the graduating seniors, remember to be proud of yourself and how far you have come. Whether you're going straight to college, taking a gap year, going to trade school, enlisting in the military, or starting a job, I am proud of you, our city is proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself as well. To the Owosso High School class of 2020, congratulations, we did it. The world is watching us, and they know we will do remarkable things. I cannot wait to see the amazing ways each and every one of you will change the world. Thank you.
It is also my pleasure to introduce the salutatorian for the class of 2020, Mason Collard. Mason will also be attending the University of Michigan next fall.
I speak to you today from the perspective of a failure. Odd that a failure would be chosen to speak at graduation, a time of celebrating one of life's big accomplishments, the completion of high school. But I insist that I am, in fact, a failure. I've fallen short of innumerable goals, made dozens of poor decisions, disappointed friends and family. I failed at scoring the highest on tests or being a role model student and athlete. I've come in second place an infuriating amount of times. I am speaking to you as a salutatorian, not the valedictorian, after all. I failed to be the best son, brother, uncle, friend, and boyfriend that I could have been. I failed to be the best distance runner in track or to run a sub 2-minute 800-meter dash. I even failed my most baseline running goal of making it to states this year. Whether my own fault or the result of something out of my hands, like COVID-19, the product is the same. A goal is left unfulfilled. Yes, I am a failure, and I'm sure many of you have had moments of believing that you are, too. But at risk of sounding cliche, failure is what life's all about. Indeed, life is just a series of failures, and it can be miserable or exuberant depending on how you use those failures. So, my fellow graduates, I implore you, use them to better yourself. Don't dwell on the C you got on your college exam that you studied hours for. Figure out what went wrong, address the issues, and improve. You only fail when you decide, for yourself, that you failed. Nobody else can make that decision for you. Not your siblings, nor your friends, no, not even your parents. Whether you reflect, improve, and try harder next time, or sit back, give up, and accept your failure is also up to you. Complacency is the creeping danger that leers at you from the shadow of your life. You may forget about it sometimes, but it's always there. Go beyond the event horizon of complacency, and you'll arrive at the black hole of an unfulfilled and dissatisfying life. And you only get one life. No do-overs, no trying again next time. So use this one that you've been gifted with to be the best person that you can be. You live in an era of the greatest liberty and opportunity that the world has yet seen. You have the freedom of choice, so choose to be successful. And what is success, if not the freest thing there is? The only person that can decide what success means is you. Not some college professor, not your parents, not me up on this stage. If success means getting a PhD, then get it. If it means joining the military to serve your country, then do it. If it means finding that special someone to settle down with and becoming a parent, then get dating. But don't stop there. Find the next goal to work towards, that next failure to learn from, the next adversity to triumph over. Find your niche, that hobby or club that you just can't get enough of. Be outstanding in your field, an exemplary citizen. Once again, you only get one life. Make it something you can look back on and be proud of. Life may be a series of failures, but it's also a series of achievements, one of the most notable being graduating high school. So, congratulations, my fellow 2020 graduates, and I wish you the best of luck with your future endeavors and the extraordinary life that you're just beginning to live. Thank you.
Thank you, Avery and Mason. Both speeches were outstanding. I'd like to introduce our band, highlighted by the senior band members. They'll be performing the Billboard March by John Clore. Dr. Tuttle, it is with great pleasure that I present the senior class of 2020 to you and recommend them for graduation.
First of all, I just want to say those were two amazing speeches and all about bettering yourselves, bettering the world, and really impressive. I've heard a lot of speeches, and collectively those are two of my favorites, so nice job to both of you. Nice job to you sitting out there, because as they said, they can't do it alone. So I want to start by saying that they were a pleasure to listen to. Hello to our soon-to-be Owosso graduates, as well as the many proud family members and friends who are watching virtually. Thanks to all of you for participating in our unconventional virtual graduation as we celebrate our seniors and the 13-plus years of work and dedication which has secured them the honor of earning their high school diploma. At this time, I would like to specifically address our seniors. Seniors, I speak for our entire educational team when I tell you that we are truly sorry that you have missed out on arguably the best couple months of your preschool through 12th grade schooling, the 2 months before graduation. We have missed watching you enjoy the special time individually and as a group. We have missed you in school. We have missed you in your extracurriculars. None of us would have predicted that your senior year would end abruptly on March 13th, 2020, due to an executive order by Governor Gretchen Whitmer to stay home, stay safe due to the COVID-19 pandemic that was anticipated to ravage our state, our nation, and our world. As students of history, just as you have spent years reading about the events which occurred during someone else's lifetime, as you get older, you will begin reading about events that occurred during your lifetime. The pandemic and issues which we are experiencing in 2020 will certainly take their place in the history books, and you will one day share stories of your experiences during this time. You are soon to be proud alumni of Owosso's 150th graduating class. Owosso has always been a prestigious school district. In 2010, Owosso became an International Baccalaureate, or IB, school, one of the only few of these schools in the state of Michigan, but there are many IB schools in the world. The International Baccalaureate teaching philosophies strive to develop human beings who are open-minded, risk-takers, thinkers, knowledgeable, caring, balanced, reflective, communicators, inquirers, and principled. By virtue of your education at an IB school district immersed in the learner profile traits I just mentioned, you have a competitive edge with colleges and universities, trade schools, the military, the workforce, and in life. The International Baccalaureate Organization aims to develop inquiring, knowledgeable, and caring young people who help to create a better and more peaceful world through intercultural understanding and respect. I repeat, the mission of the International Baccalaureate School is to develop an inquiring, knowledgeable, and caring young people who help to create a better and more peaceful world through intercultural caring and respect. Now more than ever, we need to work at achieving this mission in our lives. Now more than ever, we need people who are all of these things, but most importantly, we need people who care. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Everyone can be great because anyone can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and your verb agree to serve. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics and physics to serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love." End quote. Graduating from high school is a perfect time to reflect on how you can be great and how you can serve. Our community, our state, our nation, and our world need you and your open-minded thinking to help us solve the issues that are plaguing us now and in the future. We need creative, innovative, passionate people who possess the IB learner profile traits to ensure a more peaceful nation and world, for there isn't a book that gives us all the answers. There isn't a book that tells us how to handle a pandemic called COVID-19. There isn't a book that tells us how to dissolve systemic racism. There isn't a book that tells us how to eradicate civil inequalities for all people, regardless of race, sex, disability, age, national origin, sexual preference, or religious beliefs. There isn't a book that guides us through solving the mental health issues plaguing our nation. I could go on with "there isn't a book, ... statements, and you could fill in the blank. However, as graduates of an IB school district, you now move forward in life equipped with the attributes of lifelong learners who can serve. One of the favorite parts of my job is visiting our 7 schools and observing the learning, the exploration, and the creativity that is occurring. Throughout the years, I have had the pleasure, and it is a distinct pleasure, of spending a good amount of time watching you, your bright, innovative, self-confident, and helpful minds in action. You inspire confidence and hope that our future is in good hands. Use your energy and your talents on building an even better world for all. Be great. Serve our community, our state, our nation, and our world because we desperately need you. Go out and help to write that book or webpage, record that podcast or documentary that moves our world towards an era filled with grace, love, and intercultural understanding and respect. You have it in you to serve, and I cannot wait to see how you better this world. Interesting that all 3 of our remarks were on betterment. So, common theme for our world today. I wish you all the best. Will the members of the class of 2020, wherever you may be, please rise at this time. On behalf of the faculty and administration of Owosso High School, I present the class of 2020 to the Board of Education, and in so doing, certify that each member has met the requirements for a diploma and is entitled to all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. President of the Board of Education, Mr. Tim Jentz, could not be with us this evening or today, and therefore Vice President Mr. Rick Mowen will be speaking and fulfilling the presidential role. So, Vice President Mowen. I grabbed my mask, sorry.
Thank you, Dr. Tuttle. Owosso High School, class of 2020, greetings. I'm Rick Mowen. I'm only one of 7 elected trustees to the Owosso Public Schools Board of Education and currently serve as board vice president. This board, consisting of Tim Jentz, president, Shelley Okanicki, secretary, Marlene Webster, treasurer, trustees Sarah Keys, Ty Kraus, Olga Quick, and myself, has been your Board of Education for most, if not all, of your years in Owosso Public Schools. You may not know us, but we know you. We've watched you grow from sandbox kindergartners into the young men and women we honor here today at this commencement ceremony. Take a moment to look back on your achievements. Realize all that you have accomplished and the footprints you have laid. Each step has been a building block of your life. Whether your future takes you to college, the trades, or the military, know that you are well prepared to meet those challenges head on. Although your senior year may not have gone entirely the way you had anticipated, you certainly have reasons to celebrate. I want to share with you a quote from Art Linkletter. You may have to Google that name to find out who it is. Mr. Linkletter said, "Things turn out best for the people who make the best out of the way things turn out." Your celebration parade last Tuesday is only one example that you have made to make the best out of the way things turned out. Make the most out of the knowledge you've learned. Keep working hard and thrive to succeed. We look forward to hearing about your accomplishments, and bragging will be permitted. From your Board of Education, congratulations on your commencement ceremony today. Best wishes for the future, and God bless each and every one of you. And now for the reason we're here today. By the authority of the state of Michigan, vested in the Board of Education, and by them delegated to me as Vice President, I hereby confer upon you the diploma of Owosso High School.
At this time, we would like to introduce and honor the class of 2020. We will alphabetically display the photos and names of our graduating seniors. The names of the students will be announced by the class of 2020 co-advisors, Aaron Moore and Caitlin Stansel. Our seniors were given the opportunity to receive their diploma on stage earlier this week.
Ashton Adams, Caleb Anderson, Hannah Archer, Zachary Ari, Taylor Joe Bacon, Aaliyah Barnhill, Grace Basso, Zachary Baumgartel, Skylar Burge, Allison Blaha, Colton Blaha, Hunter Blaha.
Trevor Bowers, Kennedy Bowles, Abigail Box, Clover Brandt, Elsie Brault, Nathan Bump, Benjamin Bush, Olivia Carlton, John Carter, Alexis Chamberlain, Eliza Chapko, Kayleen Shavora.
Katie Clevenger, Brendan Kaufman, Hannah Cole, Mason Collard, Chelsea Conley, Brandy Cramble, Veronica Crampton, Leora Crane, Sierra Kruger, Rachel Dahl, Alexander Dallas, Elena Davis.
Lillianne Davis, Ethan Demules, Joey DeVares, Isaac DeWeese, Sean Dooley, Kathleen Dignon, Jason Dingman, Claire Drake, Erica Durfee, Stephanie Ellsworth, Trenton Espy, Louisa Espinoza.
Jacob Yvonne, Madison Foth, Jenna Ferguson, Kayla Finley, Ashley Flatter, Gabriel Fuller, Lene Gilman, Shelby Goki, Maxwell Grettenberger, Nathaniel Grettenberger, Ashton Guru, Nathan Gute.
Andrea Geiske, Logan Haas, Sky Haas, Mercedes Hart, Ollie Haskell, Parker Hassan, Brendan Hath, Emily Heiss, Brooke Helvey, Ryan Hemgesberg, Brooke Hemker, Kelsey Harold.
Lonnie Hewitt Jr., Bailey Hickmott, Matthew Heyer, Shaylee Hill, Hayden Hockman, Sarah Horger, Brett Hudacek, Theodore Hunt II, Mackenzie Idle, Joni Eiler, Rafe Jacobs, Noah Jaffrey.
Logan Janowitz, Matthew Jennings, Blake Johnston, Isaac Johnston, Joseph Jungerheld III, Christian Keys, Kyla Kinney, Carson Lamro, Taylor Lamro, Allie Langdon, Mackenzie Laubach, Bradley Leisure.
Kylie Lewis, Ariana Loomis, Joseph Laux, Wyatt McLaughlin, Connor Madsen, Maya Manuel, Michaela Martin, Zoe Martinez, Emily McCall, Dylan McCallum, Taylor McDonald, Cameron McLaren.
Melissa McMaster, Thomas Mead, Autumn Merrihew, Carson Meyer, Gideon Millar, Grace Miller, Justin Mills, Rebecca Mills, Edward Mishler II, Mallory Montroy, Julie Nelson, Harper Newell.
Dalton Nichols, Virginia Nitz, Jace Knoll, Julian Palacio III, Kaylee Parrish, Lauren Park, Alyssa Parsons, Dominic Patterson, Avery Peplinski, Seth Perry, Jonathan Pierce, Lily Paracta.
Charles Pogue II, Michael Perubsky, Alyssa Potter, Keegan Potter, Savannah Presley, Alexandria Pumford, Seth Ralph, Jacob Randall, Samantha Randall, Jordan Reinholtz, Abigail Rose, Anna Salisbury.
Andrew Savage, William Scrimger, Reed Scripter, Andrea Seibert, Alexander Smith, Emma Smith, McKenna Sovis, Jordan Sowash, Connor Spencer, Justin Spencer, Alvina Stevenson, Kenneth Stevenson.
Daniel Strauss, Haley Taylor, Cameron Temple, Emily Tunis, Peter Teedy III, Alex Triggs, Braden Triggs, Cameron Triggs, Nathan Turner, McKennan Turl, Jackson Unger, Brendan Van Effen.
Faith Vandermolen, Matthew Vandermolen, Luke Vanover, Michael Vetter, Dakota Vincent, Andrew Vrabel, Elizabeth Vrabel, Christian Wagner, Hannah Walters, Caitlin Watson, Jenna Weber, Nicholas Weber.
Jalen West, Caden Whitehurst, Hunter Wilhelm, Danielle Wilkinson, Kylie Williams, Camden Wing, Skylar Wise, Noah Weisenbaugh, Jacob Wood, Isabel Woodbury, Madison Woods, Caleb Woodward.
Isaac Woodward, Jordan Woodward, Emily Woodworth, Holly Yerian, Thomas Yoder, Leah Zaleski, Emily Zemla.
Lucas Bador Fioroni, Angela Bueno Villaroja, Nicolo Contini, Ying Ma, Dara Beatrice Silva Colho.
Members of the class of 2020, please rise. To signify your graduation, please move your tassels from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present the newest alumni of Owosso High School, the graduating class of 2020. Congratulations.